This is a quick video for my scanner geeks out there. Got a Uniden SDS100 scanner. There's a lot of antenna options out there. Before you go and spend your money and get the wrong antenna, let's see which one you actually need and why. We're going to be comparing the REM810S. This is very popular. Some may say you need the REM820S and that the 810 will not fit. We're going to test that. On to the REM800B. This is the Radio Shack knockoff BNC connection. And let's talk about the REM843 Sugar and the REM843 Bravo. These are new to the market. They are the 842 with a 90-degree flex angle connection. So let's talk about the popular REM810S. A lot of folks say that this will work or it won't work, or that if you have an SDS100 scanner like I have in front of me, that you must get the 820. Well, let's see what the problem is here. So here's my Uniden SDS100 scanner, and this is the REM810S, S meaning an SMA connection. We're going to screw it on and see what the problem is here. Looks like it works to me. It tightens up nice and snug, but I do see a very tiny gap right in there. And here's why people recommend the 820S. This antenna will work just fine, by the way. But if you want the ultimate performance, you need the 820S. And here's why. Basically, in a nutshell, if you compare the differences here, see if my camera will focus. On the right is the 810 that we just tried, and on the left is the 820. The difference is there's a slight lip that was machined and an O-ring placed on here. Why, might you say, would they put an O-ring in there? Well, the reason being is when this connection, the SMA screws down onto it, it gets nice and snug and tight, and it still has that little gap. However, now this is water resistant. Now that it's water resistant, you technically could go outside, get caught in the rain, and not have to worry about a little bit of water getting in there. Both antennas will work just fine. So if they're out of stock on the 820 with the O-ring, an 810 will work just fine. Don't fret it. So now let's move on to the new 843 Sugar. Basically, the 843S is the same as the new tri-band antenna, the 842. However, this has the flex angle. So it's an SMA, but it also gives you that 90-degree. And the 843 Bravo is the same as the 842 Bravo tri-band antenna, B meaning BNC, but it also gives you the 90-degree flex angle. So again, if you have an SDS100 and you're worried about which aftermarket antenna to get, you have a couple options here. The SDS100 will work with the 810, and it will also work with the 820. The only difference being the 820 has the O-ring to make this 100% water resistant. Now, if you want to use this, you can. This is the 843 Sugar, S meaning SMS connection. Let's screw this on and see how it fits. This actually recesses a little bit further, but it does not completely seal it, and there is no O-ring. So will they make another version with an O-ring? I don't know, but I'm not going to be caught out in the rain with this, especially with this antenna. If I am, I'll risk it a little bit. I'm not too worried about it. So there you go. They all seem to work. Now, the difference between the 810, 820, and the 843, these, and actually the 800 as well, these are all 800 megahertz antennas. Like this came out, Radio Shack had put this out years ago, and they said it was an 800 megahertz antenna. It works fine on 700, 800, and 900 megahertz. And Remtronix actually markets these as being a tri-bander for those bands, 7, 8, and 9. These are the newer antennas that are marketed as a tri-bander for VHF, UHF, and 800 megahertz. So as you can see, we've got some options here, and it can get a little confusing and overwhelming. Which one of these antennas works best on which frequency? Well, that's for a future video. Today we're just talking about the 810, the 820, and the new 843S, and see how they fit with the Uniden SDS100. Thanks for watching.